Hey veg friends, Elisa Rodriguez here with an update from my kitchen. For those of you who don't know my story, I'm a registered dietitian, and in 2008 I was diagnosed with lupus. I tried conventional treatment, which included Plaquenil and small doses of prednisone. But I had poor outcomes with that method, so I transitioned myself to a plant-based diet, and I followed a pretty aggressive autoimmune protocol. As a result, my inflammatory markers decreased pretty significantly. I also have done some extensive fasting. In fact, last year at this time, I was in the middle of a 12-day water fast, so I'm really glad that I'm not doing that now. I have since done several intermittent juice fasts. Long story short, I haven't gotten the outcomes that I had hoped for at this point. In fact, since last year, I have had some challenging times, and not so much in regards to my lupus, because my lupus has really been pretty well controlled. However, I do continue to have headaches that are still very much present daily. I have pretty severe environmental allergies, and I have increasing left ankle pain, which can be worrisome. So I'm definitely of the mentality that I'm always looking for the root cause of my symptoms, which is why about 6 months ago it dawned on me that having lived with environmental allergies for nearly a decade, it might be worth investigating if food allergies are an issue for myself. I had never been tested for food allergies before. I was beginning to wonder about delayed onset sensitivities as I continued reading about them and how they're common in people with autoimmune illnesses. My IgA panel indicated that I was creating antigens against animal products, and specifically meat, cow's milk and eggs, corn, gluten, soy, and possibly some nuts and nightshades. So I made adjustments in my already vegan diet, and it seemed that I might have been a little less rashy, a little less bloated, and have a little steadier weight, but overall my symptoms were still pretty persistent. So next we tried the IgG blood test for delayed onset sensitivities, some of which included almonds, green beans, kidney beans, navy beans, mushrooms, pineapple, and egg white. So again, I tweaked my diet, but as I restricted all these foods, I increased other ingredients such as vinegars to top my salads and my very simple meals. And it seemed that my symptoms continued to get worse yet. I realized that by removing the vinegars, which contained yeast, that my leg rashes improved a little. And this would go on and on and on. I would tweak things, I would remove things, I would add things back. And there was really no rhyme or reason. It's been very challenging to pinpoint, even though I keep food log and I keep journal my details. It's been very challenging. So I ended up consulting with a new practitioner, and I do see a lot of value in that for myself as a patient, getting different perspectives. I think that's what has allowed me to continue to evolve, as well as being a good practitioner myself gives me a lot of different angles to work with my own clients. So I did seek some guidance from another practitioner who indicated that until my GI system is healed, I'm pretty much going to react to everything. He advised me to begin focusing on fermented foods and foods that are loaded with healthy probiotics and good bacteria for reestablishing my gut integrity and for correcting dyssymbiosis within my body. And I found it a little ironic that this came up because I had already been exploring Donna Gates' work with the body ecology, and I had already bought this book here, Cultured, by Kevin Gianni, and I have been since working my way through it, and I had actually already made a batch of fermented foods that turned out terribly, I might add. I went for the most aggressive recipe with the most cruciferous veggies because I'm aware of their health benefits. And knowing, we know that cruciferous veggies don't always taste the best to start. But then when you ferment them, if you're not familiar, fermenting really adds a sour and bold flavor to it. So if you're not used to that, it's a tough one to ease in on. So I since realized, that I had to find some items that sound a little more appealing. Later today, I hope to make an apple kraut version from this book. I also have ingredients to do a bok choy carrot crunch later in the week. And in the meantime, I wanted to get going. I wanted to get my healing on. So I visited a local health food store and I got a few already pre-cultured items. This one here has carrot, ginger, water, and some sea salt. This one here has a blend of red and green cabbage, leeks, carrots, peppers, garlic, and sea salt. I've also talked to some of you about using some fermented coconut milk, which I enjoy this product. We use about 4 ounces a day. And I've been enjoying for a little while now fermented beverages such as kombucha, and this Kavita here is one of my absolute favorites. So it's not the cheapest, but it's a nice item to use until you get into the habit of making your own and you learn that whole process. So these are some of the items that I've gotten to help start my fermentation process, while my other ones that I make and as I make them have a chance to ferment. This is my current strategy, my current plan to begin introducing fermented foods into my diet. I'm aiming for about half a cup of fermented veggies with my meals. That's pretty much where my journey is at this point. I'm sure the madness is going to keep continuing, and as a result, you'll see a lot of this reflected in my work moving forward. I hope you found this update useful. I'd love to hear what you found interesting about it, and I'd also love to hear how you're doing in your journey. So thanks very much for your time. Have a good day.